Hey everyone, I hope you had a great day. Today we are looking at some new r/malicious compliance stories. I hope you enjoy them. The first story is called You Think You Know Better? A few years ago, I was rehired by a company I worked at as a junior and cut my teeth with as a mechanical draftsman. I was about 25 at the time and had been doing this since I was 17 within the same industry. So I have a reasonable amount of experience. I was hired back as a manager in training because they wanted a succession plan. I knew a lot of the guys that worked there, as it was only 4 years prior that I left just to get more experience and lose my junior tag. So there was no ill will, and I still caught up with a bunch of the guys regularly, and it was basically like coming back home. On the first day, I get introduced to the drafting team, myself being the youngest by about 7 years. That's where I met Mr. Problem. He instantly has a problem, as I'm above him and 7 or so years younger. What he fails to realize is that he has about 5 years less experience than I have. But this was no big issue for me, I expected some of this. And since I have little management experience, it's all a big learning curve for me. Everyone else who is older than him doesn't care. They treat me as an equal and come to me for advice on the work side of things, as I'm basically told I'm the first point of contact. And if there are any technical or other issues I can't answer, we go to the manager as my training. A few weeks go by with no real issues and I'm doing what I'm told and learning. Now this is where it gets fun. The drafting manager gives me my first challenge. We have a big job happening which has 4 of them working on it. Mr. Problem is just doing the little jobs. Things like changing architectural backgrounds into our standard as we get new ones. Usually every Tuesday morning we would have a new set of architectural or hydraulics drawings to clean up. And then they would be overlaid into our overall CAD model for the other draftmen to use. This was his job. So the other manager comes to me and says, I notice Mr. Problem is booking 5 hours for this. Can you have a look and let me know how long you think it should take? I have a look and think that it would need 10 minutes to get each file cleaned up and ready. But to be nice, I say 20 each for him and give him the benefit of the doubt. So for the 5 files we get each week, it should take him just under 2 hours, not 5. The boss says that I'm more generous than he was thinking and that it's okay. But I should find out why it's taking so long and basically give him a speed up kick. So I go over and say, hey Mr. Problem, these drawing changes are taking too long. They should take less than half the time that you are taking. Well, here comes excuses about how it's not possible to do it any faster and whatever else the issue was. So I say to him that they really should only take 10 minutes each. His response? That's impossible. This is where I go nope. 10 minutes are adequate, but we are giving you 20, so he decides to challenge me. I bet you can't do it that fast. So when you fail, you can leave me alone. I accepted his challenge. He pulled out his phone timer and I jumped on his computer. I start doing his job and 6 minutes later I finished 1 file and proved to him that we weren't making it up. Now this is the usually non-technical CAD work that any draftsman can do. Nothing super complex where you require long experience. From that day on, his time on this task halved, weirdly enough, and well, he wasn't happy at all. The next story is called You Want Me to Go Out? I work for a big national company, which I will not name because I like being employed. We have a big software system that the entire company relies on to wrap stuff up and get it ready for the client. It's the last choke point bottleneck where, if it dies, literally all the work the rest of the company does is for naught. I run the system at the groundwork day-to-day operation level. This system also typically has upgrades and fixes installed about every 2 weeks. And they always wait until late night on Friday to bring it down and do the install so that it doesn't impact daily business. Now, when these installs occurred, they always get a bunch of people on a call to go through everything and make sure it all works before calling it good for Monday. Being the guy who runs the system all the time, I was always required to be on these calls. But I hated them. The calls started at 10 PM Friday nights, so I couldn't go out and enjoy my weekend. They also would last about 2 hours while the developers installed stuff, and at the very end I pushed one button to kick things off so the suits could see that it was working. And everybody was happy. This was literally monkey work and everyone on those calls could have done it. I also volunteered to teach them how. But no, they wanted me on the call. I was salary at the time, so not exactly like I could say no, and I wasn't getting paid anything extra for it. Can you see where this is going yet? Okay, so a few years ago the guidelines changed at the government level, saying that anyone who made 5 figures per year or less couldn't be defined as salary. They had to be hourly. This was to stop companies from abusing glorified part-time workers. I made more than that, but the company went overboard because I was somewhere in the general ballpark and they didn't want to risk it. So bam, I'm now hourly. Roughly 2 weeks later, it's deployment call time. I ask if I'm really required to be there or not. The boss man says yes. I don't complain, because at least now I get paid for it. Oh, but wait, this isn't any normal deployment. This is a big one. They tell me I need to be on the call that will start up at 5, right as I'd normally be clocking out for the day. Thinking it would be a quick check-in and then back out until 10, I dutifully called in. Nope, this call lasts from 5 until 10, when we got to take all of 5 minutes break and get into another call. Now I'm home short. So I'm sitting on this call in my underwear and nothing going on requires any input from me at all. Again, I'm not complaining because I'm getting paid for this and I've got Netflix on in the background. Not only am I getting paid, since I did my full 40 hours that week already, this was also overtime. So 10 o'clock deployment stuff starts going on and by midnight we get to my part. I push the button. I tell them it's going to take about 30 minutes to process before we know if it worked. Half an hour of twiddling thumbs later, it fails. Some cursing from the dev as they're trying to fix whatever bugged, and I got to spend another 30 minutes resetting all the data so we can try again. Once everything is ready, I push the button. 30 minutes later, it fails again. Fast forward several hours. It's now 5 Saturday morning, it still hasn't run properly. Everybody is cranky, except me, because baby, I got dollar signs in my eyes. 12 hours of overtime for watching Netflix and doing monkey work is gonna be sweet. Except it was even better than I thought at the time. That Saturday was technically some minor holiday. And my company pays time and a half if you work on a holiday. So I had 7 hours of overtime and 5 hours of overtime with additional time and a half. I ended up making over half a week's pay overnight from that call. My boss flipped when he saw the check I was supposed to get. I reminded him that I had asked an email with half the team copied in if he really needed me on that call. And that he said I absolutely had to be. In the end, he swallowed his defeat gracefully. I got a huge paycheck that period, and oddly enough I have not been required to attend a single one of those calls since then. I wonder why. Thanks for watching this far. Please leave a like and a comment to help the channel grow. The last story is called Prank Call Compliance. I work in a major pizza delivery chain that has so far been unsuccessful in outpizzaing the hut. Our store is in a college town and everyone is bored as hell right now for obvious reasons. So we've gone from maybe 1 prank call a day to at least 3 to 5. Which isn't much, but still really annoying with how much more business we've been getting. The worst part is how uncreative and low effort most of them are. At least 80% of them are, can I get a boneless pizza, or is this a crispy crab? This had been going on way too long, so I took up the habit of just hanging up whenever someone starts saying something like this. The boss wasn't too happy about this, but didn't care enough to say anything until an incident where I hang up on someone who wanted that boneless pizza and he called back angry because he actually wanted to order. So I get a stern talking to from boss man and he sends a message to the company's group chat app. I know, we've been getting more prank calls than usual, but please don't follow in certain people's footsteps and just hang up on them. Take the calls as seriously as possible. If they order something we can't make, calmly explain it to them and offer them something we do actually sell. We want to try to make money off of them, even if they are acting dumb. So the very next call is where the fun starts. Thank you for calling, what can I get you? I'm so hungry, can I get an extra large pizza with triple every topping? I'm sorry ma'am, we can only go up to 1 extra and double each topping. Okay then. Can I get 20 XLs of each meat you all have? So like 20 pepperonis, 20 sausages? These people are obviously high as hell and giggling in the background the whole time. Sure, give me a second to ring it all up. Okay, so that's 180 pizzas. The total will be $1,000 and will take about 3 hours. I don't remember the actual price, but it's close enough. Awesome, thanks. We will pay with a check when we get there. And she hangs up. So I place the order and not 30 seconds later I hear, "What the F?" from the boss and he runs to the computer. How are they paying for this? They said with a check. We do still take checks for orders over $200, right? They can't have been serious. Was this a prank call? Not sure boss, you said to take all calls seriously. He just grumbles and picks up the phone and calls the customer. And all I hear is super loud laughter as he hangs up. Meanwhile, the other employees have started actually making the ridiculous order, not noticing anything weird about it. So by the time the boss finishes the call and cancels the order on the computer, there are already 5 XL pepperoni pizzas in the oven. So we got free dinner for everyone working that night, as well as another message in the group chat app. In regards to my last message, please just use good judgment when taking orders. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please click on one of the suggestions that show up right now to get to another funny video. I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.